I got a question for you today. This came across my feed and I thought I'd share with you. This comes up a lot in marriages, in all relationships. I just wanted to know your thoughts on this. So let me share this with you real quick here. Take a look at this.
Should your spouse have the right to your passwords?
Since you won't say right to no.
Why not?
Oh, you see her face change real quick? Oh, she was smiling a second ago. I don't know what happened, but this is the thing. This is a deep question, but it's a practical question because it's not just about phones. Really, if you think it is, you're missing it. It's not about phones. It's about trust. That's what this is about. It's about transparency, and many people don't have it. Whether your spouse should have the phone passcode really comes down to the health of the relationship, because marriage is actually nourished on trust. It is built on transparency. So the very thing that feeds it is a thing that you're withholding from it. So withholding access to something essential as a phone can send a louder message than you even intend. Because listen, having a passcode isn't about snooping around, just trying to be nosy. It's about removing walls that could feed suspicion. So in your marriage, you're either feeding suspicion or you're feeding nutrition. All right. So pick one, whichever one you want to pick. It's perfectly fine. But you're going to be feeding one of those things. When you think about it, though, think about this for a second. We freely give access to strangers without a second thought. You don't even think about it. You go to the bank, you want to buy a house, you want to buy a car, whatever. You give them your social security number. Don't even know who they are. Barely know their name, and you write it down and give it to them. Why? Because of relationship. Because of the relationship that you have with your bank or banker or mortgage company or dealership. You trust them in that regard. Whether they're trustworthy or not, or earn that trust, it's a whole different story. But you trust them. You give them that information. Your banks can track every purchase you make down to the penny. You voluntarily put information on social media platforms. You put your photos, your messages, your habits. You even tell people where you at, your location. Companies have even breached this information and you still upload without a problem. You trust them with everything. You talk to Siri, you say, "Hey Siri," or "Okay Google," and you store parts of your life in the cloud, and you don't even know where that's at. You don't even know where the cloud at. You just know it's up there in the cloud. And you trust it all to hold all this information that everybody else can see. But let your spouse ask for something, it's a problem. Hey, do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe button. Help me out here with that algorithm. You know how it works. And then you got your job. You got your employer have access to your work email, your online activity. Sometimes you're doing stuff online you ain't even supposed to be doing, and you do it for everybody to see. Not a problem. But yet, the person that you vowed to become one with, you're not one with your employer, but the one that you share your body with, your home with, your dreams with, your future with, and they ask for a passcode is a problem. I'm not understanding. I'm not understanding that. I don't get it. So listen. The real question is not should they have my passcode. It's what does it say about our relationship if giving them my passcode feels threatening, feels dangerous. Like I don't trust you. I don't trust you. That just doesn't make sense. You married this person. They literally changed the trajectory of your future and your life when you said I do, and now you're questioning whether or not they can look in your phone. I don't get it. It must be Gen Z. I don't know. This generation. I'm not with it, because giving that access becomes less about permission and more about partnership and covenant. My wife doesn't need permission to access my phone. We're in covenant. What's mine is already hers. It's her phone. My phone is her phone. Matter of fact, we got the same passcode, same one. Why change it? Because when she wants to get in, it's the same thing. Get in mine or hers, it doesn't matter. So imagine this. Maybe this might, those of you still, got an issue. You on the fence of this because I get it. This is you. There's a certain part of your life that you feel you should have total control over, and that should be private. There's certain part because you are an individual and you have rights to. And I understand that some areas of your life you feel like I got to have peace somewhere, and this is the one place that I can control, that I don't want anybody to have a part. Then I tell you what. If you feel like that, I get it. I do. I get it. I would only ask one thing: don't get married. Let me say that again for people in the back. Just don't get married, because the very institution of marriage is built upon transparency. The Bible says in Genesis that Adam and Eve were naked and not ashamed. That means they was open and naked emotionally, not just physically. They was open to each other in every sense of the word. Honest, open, and transparent. Hot. Honest, open, and transparent. That's what they were. And that's what we should be. So the very institution that feeds on it, that relies on it, that needs that, that's the very thing that some of us cut off by saying, no, you can't have access to that. Imagine this. Imagine you and your spouse got married last year, right? And you bought a house, and you both live in the house. You both have the right to the house. You walk in and out freely. Now I picture this one day. Imagine it's me. One day I decide to change the locks on one of the rooms. One of the rooms, I come in the house and I change the lock, and only I got the key. And I tell my wife, I tell her, it's nothing bad. I just want this space to be private. I don't really want nobody in there, not even you. I just want this. This is my personal space, so I don't want nobody there. From that day forward, every time my wife walks past that locked door, she's going to wonder, what's in there? I can't see it. Is there something in there that I wouldn't approve of? What are you hiding? I can't even clean the whole house because you locked that door. So the issue isn't what's behind the door. It's that there's a locked door at all in a place you promised to fully share. Why is there a lock there at all? Your phone is like that room. For many couples, it's the most personal room, quote unquote, in modern life, is that cell phone. That phone is where conversations happen. It's where the finances are done. The photos are kept. Your thoughts are on that phone. And that's where you plan your life, around that phone. And if you give banks and apps and strangers on the internet a key to parts of your life, but your spouse is locked out, the message you're sending is unspoken but clear. I trust them with more than I trust you. In marriage, a locked phone is like a locked room in our home. If we vow to share our lives, there shouldn't be any doors that we keep each other out of. Let me end with this. If you trust me with your heart, if you trust me with your body, and you trust me with your future, why not your passcode? I'm out.